Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to be reading my childhood favourite books. Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing this is I'm nearly 22. I'm turning 22 on the 30th of January and I don't know, I'm feeling a bit reminiscent, is that the word? I think that's the word. Anyway, I just want to be a kid for a bit. So, I'm going to reread all my childhood favourite books, which I'm really excited about, from different stages of like my childhood. So I'm starting off with two like picture books from when I was like 4 or 5. So I'll show you them and then I'll read them and then I'll come back and tell you what I think. Although I know I love them because they're gonna be so like nostalgic. But yeah, the first book is Clifford the Big Red Dog. This was everything. So I was obsessed with dogs when I was younger. I loved this book. Well, all the Clifford books, there's like tons, but like this is like the introduction book I think. So yeah, this book, and then I loved the TV show Clifford the Big Red Dog, and then I also loved Come Outside. That was like my favourite thing, with Pippin. So yeah, I love dogs, so I'm gonna read Clifford the Big Red Dog, and it's only short, it's a picture book, it should take me about 5 minutes. And then I'm gonna read the next book that I'm gonna read is Georgina the Giraffe, 64 Zoo Lane. So again, I watched the TV show and I loved that. I used to watch that every night before bed. So yeah, I'm gonna reread this. Again, there's multiple of these books. Every night she goes on a different adventure. I just got this one because I most remembered this one, and I remembered that this one was my favourite, so yeah, I'm gonna read them, and then I'll come back, tell you what I think, and then tell you what I'm gonna be reading next. But these are the first books. Okay, I'm back. So hi guys, I'm back. So I've just finished Clifford the Big Red Dog, but I thought I'd read this page because it's so cute. At the end of the book, it's like, I don't care, because she entered him in a prize and he didn't win, but this page gave me nostalgia. Like, I love this page. So Clifford hasn't won the prize, and she's like, I don't care, you can keep all your small dogs, you can keep all your black, white, brown and spotted dogs. And then on the next page, which is the very last page, it's, I'll keep Clifford, wouldn't you? And I just remember that like little bit of the book. And look at the last picture. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is such a cute book. Oh my god. 5 out of 5 stars. I love it. I don't know how you're supposed to rate kids' books, but I love this. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this, and I love this still. My kids are gonna be reading this. So yeah. But yeah, now I'm gonna read Georgina the Giraffe, 64 Zoo Lane, and I'll be back once I have read this one. Okay guys, I'm back and I have officially finished 64 Zoo Lane. Oh my god, look at the art in here, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll turn you to another page so you can see like the art is just, I love it. And I funnily enough didn't remember this story, but it's actually a really cute one. And I remembered like Georgina the Giraffe, and look at her, Georgina, and then we got Giggles and Tickles and the Knot Doctor. Oh my god. Yeah, I love that one too. They were good so far. Really good books. Well, kids books, but yeah, really good. So when I read them, I was probably like about 4, 5 maybe. I reckon I was like 3 or 4, but yeah, I'm so happy. So these were really good. The next book I'm going to be reading is Flat Stanley. And this book I used to love. So if you don't know what this book's about, I'll tell you a little bit, like what I can remember. So it's about a boy who is like, he's half an inch thick, like he's flat, and he gets rolled up into like envelopes and packages and stuff, and he goes on adventures throughout the world. So yeah, oh my god, I can't wait for this one. So this was my favourite when I was like, I don't know, maybe about 6, I don't know, but like look at the illustrations. Ooh, yeah, so I think maybe when I was like 6 or 7, that seems like the right age. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this and I'll probably come back to you when I've read this. Yeah, it's only like 60 pages, so I should get it read and I'll be back to you when I've read this. Hi everyone, so I've just finished Flat Stanley, and this book was, this actually surprised me because it was first released in Britain in 1968, and there's like a really great part of this book, like, that surprised me because I just didn't remember this bit, and I'm like really surprised that it's in this book. It should have been, and it's good that it is, but like I just didn't expect it. So Stanley is obviously flat, and he's talking about how people at school don't like him, and his mum said to him, "Shame on them. It is wrong to dislike people for their shapes or their religion, for that matter of fact, or the colour of their skin." And that just took me by surprise, because in 1968, I don't know, like the movement wasn't really happening. So yeah, that quote just like surprised me, and yeah, it's really nice that it's in this book. Yeah, I love this book. It was funny, it was cool, it was so unrealistic, but yeah, I like this book. I really enjoyed that book, and I actually kind of want to pick up the rest of the books. I don't know whether I will or not, but it was really good. So the next book that I'm going to be reading, I don't know what it's going to be. So my options are, and I do want to read them all in this vlog, so my options are James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl, Matilda by Roald Dahl, George's Marvelous Medicine by Roald Dahl, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. I think I'm gonna go with James and the Giant Peach, just because this is the one that I remember the least about. So yeah, it is a bit thicker, it's about 200 pages, so I'm probably not gonna finish this until tomorrow morning now, because it's quite late. I'm gonna start reading James and the Giant Peach and finish that, and then I'm gonna also annotate. I'm gonna also edit this vlog, and that's my plan. I'll update you on this once I've read this. Hi everyone, so it's the next morning now, and I've just finished James and the Giant Peach. I ended up getting the audiobook for this because it wasn't as good as I remembered. Yeah, I feel like as I've got older, this is definitely not my favourite, which I'm sad about, but yeah, if I had to give this a rating now, it would be like 2.5 or 3 stars. Like, it wasn't that good. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I ended up getting the audiobook for it because it was boring me. So yeah, I ended up getting the audiobook, and with the audiobook I still didn't really enjoy it, but it was an alright story, and I get why I liked it when I was a kid. Also, now I know where I got the word Timbuktu from, because I used to always say Timbuktu, like, and now I know where I got it from. It's from this book. So yeah, that's that one. The next book that I'm going to be reading today is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Now this book is 180 pages. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this one read today, and the, what's it called, George's Marvellous Medicine. So I'm hoping to get both of them read today, but if not, then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory will do. I know I love this one. Yeah, I know I love this one, and I know I'm gonna give it 5 stars, just like I gave the others, apart from James and the Giant Peach. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get this one on audio, just so I can, you know, while I'm eating and stuff, I can read it too. So yeah, I'm gonna get the audio book and I'm gonna read it. I'm also gonna read physically as well, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll update you either when I have an update or when I've finished it. Probably when I've finished it, and I'll let you know what I thought. Hi everyone, so I am up to page 103, chapter 19, and I'm loving it so far. It's pretty, well, it's pretty like it's always been. It's a lot like the movie. But yeah, just a few things. I thought they were only allowed to take one person with them, but they're actually allowed to take 2. So I forgot that, because I think in the movie as well they're only allowed to take 1. But yeah, also on this page that I've just read, I think Willy Wonka has just insulted Violet. I'm not quite, no, yeah, Violet. So they're like going past the bean room, and it says cacao beans, coffee beans, jelly beans, and has beans. And then Violet's like, has beans? And then Willy Wonka's like, you're one yourself. Maybe I just don't get that, but is that supposed to be like an insult or something? Let me know, because I clearly don't know. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. Pretty late in the day now, it's like, well, it's 5:01, so I'm gonna go make some food, and then I'll probably read the rest of it tonight. So yeah, the next time I'll update you is probably when I finish it. But the only character that's like really annoying me, Augustus Gloop's gone, so that he's not annoying me. The only one that is really annoying me is what's her name? Veruca, the spoil one. She's really annoying me. So yeah, I know all the kids are gonna annoy me at some point, but she's the one that's annoying me right now. Charlie's so cute. He's a little angel. Yeah. So I'll update you when I finish this now. Hi everyone, so I'm back and I have now finished Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I love this. I'm giving it 5 stars. My favourite scene was like the end one, when they went through the elevator and crashed through the roof, and then they took all Charlie's family back to the chocolate factory to live. Oh, he got his happy ending. Yeah, I'm really happy with this book. I loved it, and it gave me such a throwback to when I was younger. Like, this book I'm going to be reading is George's Marvellous Medicine by Roald Dahl. Yeah, can't wait to read this. This one is just under 100 pages, so I'll probably update you when I've read this. Hi guys, so I'm reading George's Marvellous Medicine now, and I'm literally on page 5, and the mum's left him with his grandma, which is fine, but like, she's like, don't forget your grandma's medicine and that, and now it's just said, you're 8 years old. can you expect an 8-year-old to flipping, like, look after another person? Like, I personally wouldn't, but I don't, was that normal back in, no it wasn't, because my mum would have never done that. But yeah, it's just weird, that. It's quite strange, and I thought I'd just point it out because it's weird. But yeah, I thought I'd point that out because when it said you're 8 years old, I was like, Also, the grandma is a little meanie. She's like, rubbish boy, rubbish. Cause she's saying he needs to stop growing up because, you know, and she's like, rubbish boy, rubbish, look at me, am I growing? Certainly not. And he's like, but you did once, grandma. She's put only very little. I gave up growing when I was extremely small, along with all those other nasty childish habits, like laziness, disobedience, and greed, and sloppiness, and untidiness, and stupidity. You haven't given up any of those things yet, have you? No offence, but I think I'd do what Georgie's gonna do. If I had a grandma like that. Let me know about the 8 years old thing, because I'm sure I'm not imagining it. But yeah, also I'm taking part in Kevin's live show. He's doing a read with me, so yeah, I'm also taking part in that. So yeah, I just thought it was a little bit crazy. But let me know whether you'd leave an 8-year-old alone with that kind of responsibility. This grandma is absolutely disgusting. So I'm just gonna say what she said. So she's like, Mum, well, she's talking to George, and she said, Mum is as stupid as you are. Cabbage doesn't taste of anything with our few boiled caterpillars in it. Slugs too. And then George is like, not slugs, I couldn't eat slugs. And then she's like, whenever I see a live slug on a piece of lettuce, Grandma said, I gobble it up quick before it crawls away. Delicious. It's disgusting. This grandma is ridiculous. I would never leave my kid with her. Hi everyone, so I've just finished Georgie's Marvellous Medicine by Roald Dahl, and it was good. I enjoyed it. The grandma really annoyed me, which I think she's supposed to, but on the end 2 pages I could not stop laughing. So I'll show you what's happened. So technically the grandma's shrank, like to the point where like you can't see her anymore, she's gone. And the last chapter's called Goodbye Grandma, and I just thought this was funny. So they're like, so she's gone, obviously she's disappeared, she's shrank, she's gone, and then she's like, she's gone, she's disappeared completely, cried Mrs. Cranky. And then the dad says, that's what happens if you're grumpy and bad-tempered. Great medicine of yours, George. And I remember that line from when I was young, so yeah. And then the mum's like all bothered about, Mother, where are you, where have you gone? And then she's like, the next minute she's like, oh well, I suppose it's all for the best really. She was a bit of a nuisance around the house, wasn't she? Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I loved it. Yeah. So that's Georgie's Marvellous Medicine finished. I literally have like 4 books left to read. So I have Matilda by Roald Dahl, and I have the 3 Tracy Beaker books, which I'm most excited for the Tracy Beaker ones, so I'm gonna leave them for last. Might have looked kind of crazy at the start of this clip with the like reading, but it's brought back so many memories from when I was a kid. Like I kind of like had flashbacks to when I was like, I think I was like 8 or 9 maybe, reading this, maybe 10, I don't know how old I were, but I was around that age, and I like had flashbacks to like reading it. I can remember the first place and time I read this book. I remember I was in primary school and I was in the library on a break and I'd sat down on the beanbags and I'd just picked it up because it looked cool and it said Marvellous Medicine. So I picked it up and I just sat there and I read it in the library. And the teacher came while I was halfway through the book and said, it's time to go home now. And I was like, no, I don't want to leave the book. And she's like, you can take the book with you. And I was like, great. And I took the book home with me. I sat down and I read it. And obviously that version had to go back to the school library. So my mum ended up having to buy me the books, but for one of my birthdays when I was younger, she just bought me the whole set of Roald Dahl books, which is how I read the others, because George's Marvellous Medicine was the first Roald Dahl book I ever read, actually. So yeah, that's the story of me reading and Roald Dahl. I'll speak to you tomorrow, when I start reading Matilda now. So yeah, hi everyone, I'm back with an update. I didn't come on and tell you when I started reading Matilda, but I started it this morning and I've been reading it like so slowly. Yeah, so I've been reading it slowly, not because I don't like it, but because I don't want, oh this sounds stupid, but I've been reading it slowly because I don't want it to end. Sounds silly, but yeah, after this I'm gonna have to watch the film because I am obsessed. Also, I kind of want to go back and watch the films to find out the differences between the book and the film, because I've not watched either or read either in a bit, and now I'm noticing like the differences that I think there is, but again I haven't watched the film for like 6 years, so I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I've read it. I'm gonna come back, tell you what I thought, and then I think tonight I'm gonna watch the film. Hopefully tomorrow I can just get all 3 Tracy Beaker books read. Yeah, I've got the bind up of all 3, so hopefully tomorrow I can get that read so that I can watch the Matilda movie tonight. That's my plans and that's what I'm hoping to do to get done. So yeah, just thought I'd update you. I'm loving it. My favourite scene has happened, which is my favourite scene in the movie as well, and it's the one where the glass tips over and then she says to Miss Honey that she thinks she's got powers, and that's my favourite scene in the movie, and it's my favourite in the book as well. Hi everyone, so I have just finished Matilda by Roald Dahl, and there's like 2 things that I just want to talk about this book that like I didn't remember and like I wanted them to talk about it. So the first thing is the power thing. Like in the movie it's never explained, and then I couldn't remember how they explained it in here why she had the powers. And like I don't know if I like the why she has the powers. Like apparently Miss Honey thought she had the powers because she wasn't being mentally challenged enough, and I just don't know. I was either expecting them to like not touch on like why she had the powers, or to like have a good explanation, but to say she wasn't challenged enough, she wasn't being challenged enough is why she had the powers. I just think that was a little bit disappointing. So yeah, I wanted to speak about that, and then I wanted to speak about the ending, because I know in the movie her parents sign a paper to say like they're giving guardianship to Miss Honey. In this book they don't. Like what happens with like doctors and stuff? I mean, a kid wouldn't think about that, but like now that I'm older, like these are the questions that I'm asking myself, like what about the doctors? Like at least in the movie they touched on the fact that Miss Honey was now her guardian, they signed the paper, but like in here she didn't even sign a paper or anything. Like her dad just said, yeah, you can have her. Like that was just a bit weird. But yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I'm still gonna give it 5 stars because it was brilliant. And now actually, I think I am going to go ahead and watch the movie, because I don't think I'm going to read anything else tonight. I'm going to read the 3 Tracy Beaker books tomorrow. So I've got The Story of Tracy Beaker, Starring Tracy Beaker, and The Day Game. I'm going to read them tomorrow, so yeah. Hi everyone, so I'm back and I'm reading Tracy Beaker, the first book, Story of Tracy Beaker, and I just think this is so cute. So I'm up to the bit with Tracy and Peter where he's wrote in his journal diary thing that Tracy's his best friend and she's going off on him. Oh my god, and I never, like when I was a kid, I guess I never realised how mean she actually is. And Peter's adorable. So yeah, they're my thoughts so far. I can't wait until the car is mentioned. The hot pink car. I love that car. That was my dream car when I was younger, so yeah. 31 pages into this book and I'm loving it. That's the car, but it's pink in the TV show, which is why I thought it was pink. But that's the car, that's Tracy, and that's her mum. So cute! I'm back with an update. So I'm on the part where she's telling us about, where Tracy's telling us about her foster parents, Julie and Ted, and that they gave her back because Julie found out she was pregnant and she was having a baby. That is so shitty. Like, that is such a shitty thing to do. Like, you foster a child and then just because you find out you're pregnant, you give the kid back. Like, you can't do that. It's, yeah. I still don't like that bit. I don't like them too. That was horrible. And, yeah. I just thought I'd update you because that makes me sad. Yep. So, yep. Just thought I'd update you with that. Hi everyone, so I have just finished the first book in the Tracy Beaker, which is the Tracy Beaker trilogy, which was The Story of Tracy Beaker, and I really enjoyed it. She met Cam, funnily enough, I think it was the second time she met Cam, she's like, will you be my foster mum? I love Tracy, like she's just not afraid to say anything. So yeah, I finished the first book and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get all 3 of them read today, but I finished the first and I loved it. I'm going to give the first one 4 stars because it wasn't great, but it did give me like the Tracy Beaker feels and like everything. Love her. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna start reading Starring Tracy Beaker after I've had something to eat, and then hopefully I can get all 3 read today, but if not, I've read 1, I'm happy. I'm definitely going to get the second one read, hopefully the 3rd. Also, in this book, Peter is so adorable. I'm loving Peter right now. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving Peter. I don't know who the baby Camilla is. Like, she's not in the TV show. It must just be a character in the books. But she seems cute and she had a great relationship with Tracy. Peter, he's my favourite character other than Tracy. I love Peter. Justine and Louise, nope, they don't like them. She broke Justine's clock, which is the funniest scene in the show. If you haven't watched the show, go and watch the show because the clock scene is like my favourite scene when she breaks a clock. That is such a good scene. Reading this has made me want to watch the show even more. So after I've read all of these, I'm probably going to go and watch the show, so I'm not going to get anything else read this month. Well, I might do, I don't know. Depends how good the show is, but yeah, after I've read these, I'm really itching to watch the show now. So that's this update. I'll probably speak to you now when I've read the second one, which is starring Tracy Beaker. Hi everyone, so I'm back with another update. I have just finished the second book in Tracy Beaker, and that was called Starring Tracy Beaker. But I think I've read them the wrong way around, because I've just looked, and on Goodreads it says Starring Tracy Beaker is the second book, but in here it says Starring Tracy Beaker is the third book, but in here it says it's the second book. So I've just read it the way it is in here, which was the story of Tracy Beaker, starring Tracy Beaker, and then the Dare Game. I've not read the Dare Game yet. I am literally up to that book now. So I've got the third and final book, and it's 4 minutes past 5. Starring Tracy Beaker, I loved it. It was amazing. I liked it more because it was like stage, like play, singing, acting. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. So I'm gonna give that one 5 stars. So Cam's going through classes to try to get to adopt Tracy, which I think is so cute. I love Cam and Tracy's dynamic, and I love them when they're spending time together. I'll next be updating you when I finish the third book, which is the Dare Game. Hi everybody, so welcome back for the last update, I guess. I've just finished the Dare Game by by Jacqueline Wilson, and this one I did not like. I wasn't a fan of it. Didn't like Tracy's mum, didn't like Tracy in this one. I liked Cam. Alexander, I didn't like him, or I didn't care for him. I just wasn't bothered really about this book. Yeah, felt weird because none of like the kids from the kids' home was in it or anything. So this book just felt really weird and different. So I think I'm gonna give that one 2.5 stars. And that seems harsh, but I just didn't enjoy it really. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars, and yeah, that's it for this reading vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what other reading vlogs you want in the future, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.